The whole thing is made of chocolate. It is a wheel of chocolate.
It went too hard.
I can't believe the spinning wheel is made entirely of chocolate. That's just phenomenal.
They're all just eating it. It's fantastic. I think you have to, number one, you have to stop eating the 8th ingredient. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to make any desserts.
So I have decided to cook a chocolate soft-scented pudding with a few macadamia elements to it.
Chocolate and macadamias is a great combination, so I'm just going to focus purely on them and not overcomplicate things today.
Eliza, what's cooking?
I've got macadamia infusing for my roast macadamia nut ice cream. I'm going to do a roast macadamia praline crumb. And there's chocolate and butter melted on the stove. That's going to be the basis of my soft-scented pudding.
So it's going to be crisp chocolate on the outside, but when we cut it, it's going to ooze and gooey.
Yep.
So this is critical. So that's the key. I don't care if it's with a dollop of cream.
Okay.
But that's the key. And if it's wrong, you know that moment, that horrible moment where you cut into them?
Well, that horrible moment, as you go to tip it out, they get stuck.
Oh, good luck.
Thanks.
My biggest concern is that fondant. If it doesn't ooze out onto the bowl, it'll be a disaster. Fingers crossed.
Work.
What's the dish?
A nice, rich, dark chocolate mousse, and then I want to balance it against some of the grapes. So, like, I love chocolate and wine, so
Great.
kind of a bit of play against that. And I want to...
What are you going to do here? Making like a pâte bomb?
Yeah.
So you're making a savion?
Mixture. I've got the cream whipped.
Whipped cream,
yeah,
chocolate, so stable mixture if you get all of those components right.
hopefully. Fingers crossed.
No, hopefully, no fingers crossed.
Yeah.
It's just do, man.
I am going to do it.
This is MasterChef,
Yeah,
mate.
man.
You want to win it, don't
It'll
you?
work.
That's it, Sam. It will work. You can do it. Come on, come on.
All in.
It's time to check my test fondant. It's been about 10 minutes. I've got everything crossed. I'm praying that it oozes out just like I want it to.
How is it?
I think it looks good.
Yeah?
I'm happy with that little...
You want to tip it out?
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
All right, let's do it.
I like what I see, but you don't know until you cut it open.
Oh. Wow. Okay, cut it. Let's have a look. Wow.
It oozes out just like I want it to. I'm really excited.
That's good. How many minutes was that?
10 minutes.
Great.
Great. The fact that I know that this has worked, I know the right time, feels pretty good, but I need to get working on my other elements.
Refocus, chocolate.
The perfect result for me today would be to turn the fondant out on the plate. The judges cut down the middle and it just oozes out.
Ooh.
My heart is racing. Please, please work.
I have cooked a dark chocolate fondant with a toasted macadamia praline and toasted macadamia ice cream.
I checked your little sample that you did, your little tester, and it was perfect. How's this one?
Perfect.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Oh, yeah.
Love good ooze.
Soft fondant, crunchy outside, perfectly tempered chocolate, lovely little crunch of praline. So that's pretty much perfect as far as I'm concerned.
3 perfect elements. It's really, really delicious. Good job.
Thank you.
First cook, MasterChef Kitchen, nailed a fondant, nailed an ice cream. Nice work. Welcome, Eliza.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Balance is key with this dish. The goat's cheese has a bit of acidity that will hopefully help balance against the sweet chocolate mousse. I'm proud of what I've got in front of me. I'm just hoping that I've done enough.
What did you cook for us?
I've done cheese, wine and chocolate. So we've got a dark chocolate mousse, some fresh grapes, some sour grapes, a little bit of goat's cheese and some roasted macadamia nuts.
I think it's kind of cool. I like it. That mousse looks beautiful. It looks like there's something to give us relief. If that came to you in a restaurant, would you be happy or would you be looking across the table?
I think I'd be very happy, and I loved watching Sam work as well. He was having a great time.
I loved it. It was so good.
See if we're smiling at the end of this tasting.
I'm mightily impressed with you, the way you're thinking about food, how you've thought about this dish, and the techniques that you've shown us. Chocolate mousse using the sabayon and the cream, and it really shows that you know your stuff, and the texture of that mousse is just absolutely delicious.
I had the mousse on its own and went, oh, OK, it's nice texture, but it's really sweet. But then I got it with the goat cheese and went, ah, OK, gotcha. And when you say cheese, wine and chocolate, it paints that picture in my head. I think you're a really clever cook.
Great first cook, fantastic to see that smile. Keep it up.
Thanks, guys. The judges really loved my concept for the dish. Cheese, wine and chocolate, so I'm over the moon. Thank you.
It's Nigella's chocolate feast. Nigella, which one should they start with first?
I think start here.
Yep.
With the white chocolate cookie dough pot.
OK.
Is that salt on top?
Yep.
I taste the white chocolate cookie dough pot, and the first thing I notice is that it's really moist.
That's delicious.
Really nice. My children like cookies that are so squidgy they don't hold their shape anymore, so I do it in a ramekin. So it has to be like the beginnings of a cookie, so biscuity around the edge and just really squidgy in the middle.
Next one, Nigella, what do we got here?
We have got just an utterly gorgeous little chocolate brownie.
Oh, yum. It's fudgy.
When I bite into the brownie, there's a crunch of the walnuts, the fudginess of the chocolate. You get a little bit of crisp from the outside. It's beautiful.
Some people like a cakey brownie, some people like a fudgy brownie. I don't see the point in a cakey brownie. I want a fudgy brownie. Yeah. But it does need to start drying out on the top.
All right. Next.
I can inhale these. Dark chocolate olive oil mousse. You will think in your head that you're making a chocolate mousse. It doesn't have the same texture. It's much softer and it's silkier, and that's the olive oil in it.
The olive oil chocolate mousse is something I've not had before. It's just the mouthfeel. It's so smooth and it's very indulgent too. I think this dish, it's all about getting the texture right today.
That looks beautiful.
It does.
Out of the 4 dishes, the cheesecake to me is the one thing that I desperately would love to try.
Oh my God. Aww.
Wow. It's just so bright. Like it tastes floral, yeah, it tastes berry. Yeah.
It is, isn't it? It's very bright and berried.
Perfect texture.
It's like you had berries and you took away the tartness and you just had that sweetness. It's beautiful.
Oh, looks beautiful, Adele.
Looks good, Adele.
Looks great.
I'm pretty happy with the brownies. Now what I need to do is finish this dark chocolate olive oil mousse.
Adele, you've caught up so well.
I don't even know I was behind, damn.
Adele's mousse is looking so luscious, so perfect, and it's just got that right consistency.
Looks good, Adele. So glossy.
I just want to lick it.
I know this is a pressure test, but I'm having the time of my life. It just proves that cooking is exactly what I'm meant to be doing.
Go, Adele!
Your cookie dough pots take 10 minutes in the oven and you've got 13 minutes to go. You need to start creaming your butter and your sugar.
I've done my brownies, my cheesecake and my mousse, and I've got to really get through this and get my chocolate chip cookie dough pot on the go. I have one dish to do, the white chocolate cookie dough pot. Nigella's was beautiful and decadent. There's notes of savoury, and I think that comes from the sea salt.
Go, Chloe, keep going.
I place butter and sugar into a stand mixer bowl, and I want to get that mixture very light and creamy. Once the dough is completed and come together, I add the white chocolate chips.
Go, Chloe, get in the oven.
Place it straight into the oven.
Good job, Chloe.
I want a nice biscuit consistency on the outside and the top, and nice and gooey on the inside.
Oh, my God.
10 seconds! 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
dream challenge. If the last round was Jessica's dream challenge, this must be your dream challenge. What, take one ingredient and just do it 3 ways? For you, this is heaven, isn't it?
Oh, this is definitely heaven for me because I love chocolate. You know I love my chocolate, so I'm going to do chocolate 3 ways. One's going to be with a raspberry ganache. It's going to be tempered into a log, so another element, and it's going to be chocolate soil.
Wow.
So inside's going to be raspberry gel, which is just from this one.
Fantastic.
And when you crack it open, it should just ooze out with the raspberry sorbet.
Oh, you are pushing yourself. You
I'm
want
definitely pushing
that
it. I really do.
Now, this dish, this could be the one.
I hope so.
I wish I had more time for this dish. That advantage would have been great. But I'm going to push myself. I'm going to push myself really hard.
Good luck, Reynolds.
Hey, look at that.
Oh, I love that. It looks, interesting but weird.
So I've done the chocolate 3 ways. It's a chocolate log with raspberry liquid center, chocolate raspberry ganache, and chocolate soil.
Ooh. So is there something in the middle? Do we
just crack it open.
Ooh, it is crackable too, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Fun. Huh? That looks great. Doesn't it look good?
This is unbelievable.
Yeah, really good. And in terms of interpreting the challenge, 3 ways, 3 stairways to heaven, 3 chocolate stairways to heaven.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just smiling because it's one of those little moments, isn't it? When you smack that thing in half and it oozes that lovely red centre. Really gorgeous.
You're an amateur cook. You're putting up food that is as spectacular and as restaurant quality as this. You could be in the running for the Power Apron and that guaranteed immunity pin.
Thanks, guys.
I'm really stoked. I'm really surprised. I haven't had this good feedback in a really long time.
Oh, my God.
They finished?
I got chocolate from Whistler's.
Nice, okay.
And it's a 70% dark chocolate.
Good stuff.
Smart.
Cooking against Anushka, Christina and Nicole, I know that they're really strong cooks, but I'm backing myself today and I'm feeling really good.
I'm making a salted dark chocolate tart with potentially a feijoa sorbet.
I do love a really good chocolate tart. I haven't made too many, so hopefully I can get my ratios right.
Nice, good work.
The first thing I get onto is getting my pastry made so I can have it rested in the fridge before I start to blind bake it.
Good work, Tess.
Thanks, guys. Now my pastry is resting, I need to get onto the filling for my tart. This filling is really going to hero the dark chocolate.
Hi.
So what do we got?
I'm making a salted chocolate tart.
Yeah.
And I want to do a feijoa sorbet, but I'm running out of time.
Have you made this recipe?
Not this exact recipe, no.
Okay, so we're taking a little bit of a chance.
A little bit of a risk.
Right? You got to get.
Yeah, I need to move. Come on, Tess.
Keep going. Finals week.
I've almost finished my filling and my pastry is just about to be cut and gone in the mould. And then I need to move on to what I'm serving it with.
I'm taking a huge risk. I've been so ambitious with my dessert. I just need to work as quick as I can.
I'm feeling so much time pressure. I just hope I can get it all done.
There's 1 minute left. Unmolding my tart shell really slowly.
Gentle.
If I don't get this tart up, I will kiss my spot in round 2 goodbye.
Nice, mate.
That's so yum.
The tart looks so beautiful. It's perfect. It's exactly what I wanted.
My tart's worked out, so now I can serve it to the judges. I'm really happy.
Tessa, what was your hero ingredient?
70% dark chocolate.
And what did you cook?
I've cooked a dark chocolate tart with a feijoa sorbet and some fresh feijoa.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
It looks brilliant. Oh, it looks good.
That looks sensational.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Oh, wow. It's delicious. You really pushed it, and I love it because it's light, but it's rich. That is an incredible dessert. Really good cooking, Tessa.
Thank you.
Everything is so light in that tart. But the other thing is your sorbet. It's super fragrant. That fruitiness accentuates the fruitiness of the chocolate, and Gary's just put on 30 kilos, which is fantastic.
That is just absolutely beautiful. Chocolate tart and that beautiful complex candy flavour, the bubblegum flavour of the feijoa, is just an absolute brilliant combination.
Thanks so much, guys.
Well done, Tessa.
Good job, Tess.
Well done, Tessa.
Hilda.
Chocolate, peanut butter. I want to make a rich chocolate mousse with a peanut butter ice cream, but there's no eggs, damn it. All of a sudden I realise I have no eggs.
Eggless peanut butter ice cream, which is not out of the question at all. Chocolate mousse without eggs. Wow, what a challenge.
Oh my gosh.
That indulgent pantry really lends itself to a sweet dish, and with no eggs, you really could be in trouble.
No eggs. Without eggs, there's nothing to keep the mousse stable.
Just need something to stabilise it, and then you don't need eggs.
I haven't made a mousse without egg whites before. I'm really not sure as to how I'm going to stabilise it without the egg whites, and I have to think outside the box a bit.
The mousse that I make is an egg mousse, so I'm going to have to change that and use thickened cream instead.
Cool. I think that's a great idea.
I know that thickened cream tends to have emulsifiers added to it, and I think that might help the structure of the mousse a little better. And I also think to have a crack at doing it in the ISI gun. Hopefully that'll incorporate a bit of air and it'll help to stabilise the mousse. Got cream chocolate. The first thing I do is start making my mousse. I'm heating up my cream, I'm going to melt my chocolate.
Looking good, Eloise.
And I'm going to fold them both together and use them in the ISI gun and just hope that it works. We'll see how that goes.
Doing so well, Eloise.
This chocolate mousse has become the centrepiece of this dish, so the whole thing is relying on the mousse being light and airy. I am just really nervous and I hope that the ISI gun works. I do a tester and...
Yeah, that was great.
Thank goodness, it looks perfect.
Yeah, well done.
Nice.
Nice work, Eloise.
Good work. Good thinking. Very good thinking.
What am I doing next? Peanut butter. Today I haven't got eggs, so I'm going to make an eggless peanut butter ice cream. I get some thickened cream, some condensed milk and some peanut butter, mix them all together and throw them straight in the ice cream churner. I've got my mousse, I've got my peanut butter ice cream, I've got my crumb in the oven. All right, caramel time. To make my whiskey caramel, I start by caramelising some sugar in a pan until it goes a really nice, deep golden brown colour. And I add in some whiskey, 1/4 cup, and just heat all of that up until it all comes together.
I can smell that whiskey.
Yeah, so can I.
Yeah.
I really, really want to pack as much whiskey flavour into this caramel as I can. So I hit it with a fair bit more whiskey.
Oh, it smells so good.
I don't want to overpower this whole dish with that caramel sauce. Ooh. But at the same time, to win that pin, I have to take a risk, and this is the one I'm going for.
Chocolate and peanut butter.
Well, when you first look at it, you go, really? And then you look at it again, you go, really?
Shiny, crunchy, golden, sticky, and chocolate peanut butter. I mean, hello.
That is rock and roll. That is a proper whiskey sauce.
Oh, it's light.
Look at the colour on that whiskey sauce.
It's amazing. Wow, that looks good, doesn't it?
Looks really good.
Beautiful caramel colour. Mate, that just put a massive smile on my face.
That is amazing.
I'm having a moment. That is so delicious and so perfectly balanced. The whiskey is there, but it's balanced by the sweetness. The peanut butter adds a lovely richness, and that chocolate mousse is so super light, but still has bags of kind of strong, bitter flavour. And there's super golden, super buttery crumb for crunch. That really is the complete dessert and a thing of great beauty.
Yeah, it's beautiful because I totally forgot about that indulgent table. There was stuff on there that I just went, I do not like any of it. And that was the whole idea, to stretch and bend the brain of the cook.
Yeah.
Now, that there goes to show that this cook is super talented.
Yeah.
This is a local creme fraiche.
Oh, beautiful.
Tastes yummy, this stuff.
Today, Ashley and I are in charge of desserts, and we're making a chocolate panna cotta with a spiced red wine syrup and charred plums. But because we've got in half an hour late, we have so much work to do on that dessert. Let's get these in a...
Panna cotta is simple, it's cooked cream, yeah?
Yeah.
It actually never, ever had gelatine in it.
Yeah.
But please, please don't make rubber bullets.
Yeah.
Please.
It's really important when you're making a panna cotta that it's set just right. If it's got too much gelatin, it'll be really hard and rubbery. And if it hasn't got enough gelatin, then it'll just collapse on the plate. Whoa, lots of gelatin. I know it's the right amount, but it feels like so much. I have never made panna cottas in this quantity before. I'm hoping that we've calculated the gelatin right when we multiplied in such big numbers. Looking okay, I hope. Hopefully it's going to set perfectly. Excellent.
We're desperately trying to get these panna cottas out of the mould. Oh, God. I'm really worried that we might have put too much gelatin in there.
Go around the edge. Oh, there we go. Let's go down there.
We finally get the panna cotta out of the mould, but we've got to get another 40 desserts ready, and it's going to take a long time.
On top? Yeah, on top. Let's do it. Look how amazing they are. They're amazing. We're finally getting some plates out. I've put all my trust in Ashley and Billy. They've just built this amazing dessert all on their own, and I couldn't be prouder to help them plate up that beautiful dessert. They're perfect. Here are my angels.
Working in the King Valley today, it is really an honour.
You're running meals, carrying little newborn babies with those plates.
I'm really proud for all of our team.
That's a chocolate panna cotta.
There what we have is the Prosecco jelly. How good does that look?
We've all just done an amazing job today, so I think everyone's really stoked with how it's turned out.
Right, ladies, what do we got?
Red team have produced a beautiful chocolate panna cotta with a Sangiovese and plum syrup and a roasted plum.
That Sangiovese syrup is so good with that really super tender, just set panna cotta. The crumb adds some saltiness to there and some textural crunch. Red, what do you reckon?
I think it's excellent. I mean, I have a bit of a saying that I think Sangiovese, you can start a meal and you can finish a meal with, and I think it's a great example of what the wine can do.
As soon as I hear George say he wants something that's seductive, and he wants something that's a guilty pleasure, the first thing that came to mind was the forbidden apple, something that's like to tempt you.
Adam and Eve, forbidden fruit, it just makes sense. The idea I have in my head is an apple. It's got to be something that's going to be wow to the judges, so I was like, I got to go all out.
Reynolds, you dream of being a high-end pastry chef, don't you?
Yeah.
Why aren't you confident? I would have thought you'd be going, yes, this is the challenge.
I think it's going to be chocolate, but I'm really gambling on this.
So now what are you going to make?
I just want to try and recreate something that's like a forbidden fruit in a way. Try to make something look like an apple, which is quite...
OK. So you're going to use a mould that's going to be frozen and this stuff in the middle, is that the idea?
Yeah, I've got hemisphere moulds just freezing at the moment.
Yep.
I'm just going to dip that into ganache and then into the red cocoa butter.
Yeah. I love it. It's fantastic. It's like watching someone working out a pressure test with a recipe set by a top chef. So if you do pull it off, be massive kudos to you. Massive.
It's ridiculous, 90 minutes to think of this dish. It's got a lot of elements, it's got a lot of techniques that I need to keep right. I feel really scared that it's gonna fall apart, it's gonna break. It's a make or break dish. Today, I've decided to make a difficult dish. It's gonna represent the forbidden fruit. It's a frozen mousse coated with ganache and cocoa butter.
Yeah, I'm freaking out because I've got so many elements. I'm really pushing this to the limit.
I'm really worried about the coating of the apple because that's what's going to make it look like the apple. I want it to be smooth.
What are you doing?
I'm just trying to get everything together. Yeah, I'm just a bit stressed.
Are we disturbing you at the moment?
Yeah, sorry.
All right, I'm just going to watch. Come on, keep going.
It's got edges, it's got bumps, and it's just not coating evenly.
I think that one's just gone.
You just got to stop, take a deep breath.
Take away the hurry, because you're going to stuff it up. Yeah. And your dessert relies on that visual representation, doesn't it?
Come on, Reynolds.
Thanks, guys.
Don't stuff it up, mate. Come on.
I'm pretty scared at the moment. In my mind, this dish looks absolutely amazing. I'm just trying to execute that well. I can't screw this up now.
Right, this is it. 2 minutes to go. Hurry up, come on.
It's time for the final coating, which is the red cocoa butter coating. I'm really happy. It looks like an apple, and I can't believe I've done it.
Good, didn't it? Looks really good.
Reynolds, what's the dish?
I call it the forbidden fruit. It's a chocolate mousse inside with a raspberry coulis, coated with ganache and cocoa butter. And I've played it up around with some raspberries and strawberries on a chocolate soil and a raspberry sorbet.
It looks spectacular. Like, honestly, mate, that looks wonderful.
Yeah.
You done it before?
No. No, I was hoping to make it look more like an apple. I tried my best. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with it, though.
Quite.
Smash it open, because I can't wait.
Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that is ridiculously good.
Start of week 2. Not finals week next week, the beginning of week 2, and you're putting up food like this. Unbelievable.
Thank you.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Everything is right about it. The intensity of the raspberry sorbet, the smoothness, the lightness of the mousse, the chocolatey richness, the cocoa butter coating, the right amount of crumb for the dish, the way it looks.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Yeah,
wow, wow.
Absolutely. Perfect dish, perfect. Perfect. I'm absolutely gobsmacked, mate.
Thank you.
I really am.
Wow, Reynolds, top 5 this morning. Let's not kid ourselves. It's top 3 dish, man.
Thank you.
And it deserves one of these. It deserves one of these. Come here. Respect. Yeah? Respect.
We've got tonka bean. We're going to be grating that over the top of this very, very thin layer of couverture chocolate.
Wow.
Smell those aromatics.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Warm chocolate sauce. And I say warm. You'll see at the theatre.
Oh my God.
Beautiful. It's like lava, and oh my God. I was just like, could I really do that?
This is my biggest fear.
Okay, I'm going to go through the layers here. I'll highlight what I think are going to be the pressure points. The best way to eat this dish is with fresh, warm madeleines. So dip those madeleines into the mousse, get each layer, and that's your first experience. The tempered chocolate disc, if I'm in your position, is probably the most technical of all the techniques in this recipe. We've got the orange jelly with fresh orange segments. They're the first thing that go into the glass. Key component will be the chocolate mousse. The techniques involved, if you've never made a creme anglaise before, that's something I really need you to respect. Give yourself time there, respect that element.
Taste all the elements, taste them all together.
Oh my God.
This is MasterChef, and this is about a restaurant dish. It's about stepping up in terms of theatre is so important. to the introduction of this dish as the judges being guests when you're going to be presenting.
This challenge is huge. We have to cook a Shannon Benedict. I can't even say his name. I'm so excited.
All right, what goes first?
I really feel like things are starting to come together. I've taken my jelly out of the fridge and now I need to get my mousse into my cup. I was ecstatic with it. It was light, it was fluffy, the balance of chocolate was just perfect. The chocolate mousse is the most important part of this dish. I mean, this is a Jaffa dish. It's chocolate orange. The texture of the mousse just balances out beautifully with everything else in there. And without a mousse, it's just an orange jelly, and that's not what the dish is meant to be. It's a warm chocolate mousse.
This is utter mayhem and madness. 1 minute to go. Come on.
I'm frantic, but I'm actually starting to feel really confident. I really feel like I'm going to be able to bring this out of the ballpark.
Last 30 seconds.
All my elements done. They're all there. They're all ready to go. I just need to get everything on the dish and get my plate looking really, really beautiful. Oh. I'm so nervous.
She's got everything up.
Yeah. The layers look all well defined. The spherification layer. We've got the jelly. We've got the segments in the jelly. We've got the chocolate mousse. Tonka's on. We've got the couverture chocolate that's been tempered. And we've got our madeleines.
Yep.
So, well done for getting everything in.
That was the goal. Out of everything, I just wanted to get everything up.
Well, you've made a design change in yours. You've got a little hole. You've had difficulty tempering that chocolate.
Yep.
There's no doubt about that. The technique has beaten you on this occasion.
Yeah.
Okay, Rose, I think you can pour your sauce over the chocolate. Give it a bit of height, give it a bit of theatre.
There it goes.
Yeah.
There it goes, it's going.
Jeez, it feels nice and light.
There's actually a lovely contrast in the layers there. Very well defined.
Thank you.
Actually, really well defined.
Okay.
I've got that orange in the chocolate. That's actually quite surprising. From a taste perspective, it's spot on.
Thank you.
It's restaurant standard. So...
So much.
I think I've done enough to be a contender. If I do go home, it's going to be really sad, but I'm also really proud of myself for completing that dish. And that's what I'll take away with me if I don't get an apron today and I go home.
Oh! Black Forest Lune Croissant.
Oh, beautiful.
Wow. I'm seeing the golden arches of a croissant, and then you're seeing this amazing layers of chocolate and cream, and it is a mountain of technique, skill, and time.
All right, guys, come forward. Talk to us from top to bottom. What do we got here? We've got obviously some tempered chocolate.
Absolutely,
Yep.
which is a challenge in itself.
Yep.
We then have double cream. But when you cut into it, we'll get a beautiful open honeycomb structure, which I actually think is the toughest part.
Oh my God. It's insane.
We have a seam of piped chocolate frangipan, some cherry jam at the bottom, then there's this beautiful chocolate mousse inside as well.
Wowzers, schmagowzers.
Do you want one each?
Yeah.
Here's you two. Ooh, yeah. Here you go, my darling.
All I can see is all these perfect layers. So many layers.
Simon, what's it like?
You bite into it and you taste every element, from the jam to the chocolate mousse, and then also buttery softness of the croissant. And it's rich and it's decadent and it's delicious.
This is so good. There's just the layers when you bite into it, so many layers.
Well, the laminating of the dough, that's how we create all of these beautiful layers.
Yeah.
That comes from working fast but accurate, follow the recipe to the letter, because this isn't just cooking, it's a science as well.
Thank you so much.
The layers have to be perfect, and there has to be that definition between all of the rolls. And all of these little things are really going to play into whether or not I stay or go home.
I am absolutely panicked. I don't even know if I'm going to get everything ready.
Come on, Simon, motor.
I'm moving so fast that my piping isn't perfect.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
But I'm getting all the elements on the croissants.
They look good, Simon.
Nice and quick, Simon.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it.
Good job, guys. Well done, you guys. That was amazing. You did so well, guys. I'm so proud of you.
I'm knackered. I am so exhausted from that. I'm so amazed that I got it on the plate. I think I've done all I could, but it comes down to those two. Derek and both Steph are great cooks, and so therefore they're a tough challenge.
Great colour on there, not too dark. It looks super crispy. The decoration is very delicate. Look at that.
Thank you. Oh,
delicate and touch. Oh, they're heavy. They are heavy. They're good though.
There is evidence of lamination. You can see the layers.
That croissant makes me feel good. I like it. It's very flaky.
Yummy.
Yeah, it's yummy.
It's yummy.
It's crispy. It's gooey. I like lots of that cherry jam because that's proper Black Forest. So the fact that you get chocolate, you get that dark cherry, the lovely flaky pastry. There's a nice balance to it.
Yep.
That is yum.
I'm in food heaven at the moment because they're so
delicious.
tasty.
The jam doesn't dominate, the chocolate doesn't dominate, and what I end up with is lots of buttery, toasty crumminess from the croissant. Look at that, look at those layers.
I know, it's gorgeous, isn't it? And it's crunchy.
No, but look, I've got like a little cherry croissant monster. Look, he's got 2 eyes. He's got a little jammy mouth. It's like a little croissant monster.
Today I'm going to make a chocolate mousse raspberry sphere. The mousse is the central part of the dish, so it needs to be bang on. I want to show a lot of technique. The mousse is going to be encased within the sphere, and then within that sits the raspberry gel, so I melt some chocolate, and then I fold it through the egg yolk mixture. I then whip cream and egg whites, and then fold the egg whites into the chocolate mixture.
Good job, Charlie.
I pour it into some dough molds, and then I throw those into the blast chiller. I need to leave it in there for as long as possible because I just need to ensure that it sets. Today's all about perfection, so that's what I'm going to do today and, you know, leave nothing on the table. To make the casing of the sphere, the chocolate needs to be thin, so it's nice and workable.
Come on, Charlie.
You know, I pour the chocolate on top. It's starting to kind of creep over the edges, but it's not moving as fast as I'd like. I've got to help it out a little bit, and I grab a palette knife and I start smearing around the sphere just to create a nice even coating. You know, I want enough chocolate in there where there's a bit of bite in it, but not too much where it doesn't crack open. On my dish today, I've only got one concern, and it's that chocolate. This chocolate really needs to be thin. I want it to crack open nice and easy for the guys.
What's the dish?
It's a chocolate mousse sphere with a raspberry gel, fresh raspberries, toasted coconut crumb, and a fennel salt.
So much is going to depend on the finesse of this dish, I think.
This is the moment of truth. I'm just praying that it cracks open. Splits open in 2 perfect halves. What a relief, I'm so happy.
Anna Polyview will be so proud.
Charlie, I love the mousse. And I love the raspberry and the crumb. It's delicious.
Thank you. I think you've come back today bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. You're feeling $1 million. You're going to go, I'm going to nail this thing. And you have. Delicious.
This amazing spinning wheel sitting here.
The whole thing is made of chocolate. It is a wheel of chocolate.
I can't believe the spinning wheel is made entirely of chocolate. That's just phenomenal.
Chloe, hey. What are you creating there? This is just a flourless chocolate cake. It's got marzipan in it, just for that almond notes.
Using marzipan as a base of a cake makes it so moist, which I love.
Come on, Chloe.
Sounds beautiful, just move. I'm making a flourless chocolate cake with mousse and almond flavours through it.
You're really organised. That's great to see.
Can we try a little bit of this?
Now just bring it home.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Thank you. I've made it. Marzipan flourless chocolate cake, chocolate mousse, and almond praline.
What she did do, though, was she incorporated marzipan into the sponge, which I thought was a great idea.
Great idea and a great base for a moist cake. The texture, the crunchiness is beautiful. I can see the direction she was going, and she put a lot of work in to make her own almond praline, which I think is great.
That's a big thumbs up.
Less than 10 minutes to go, and I've got to start plating up. I cut a circle out of the ganache and a hole in the middle. Cube up the orange jelly and put that in the centre. Next thing to do is put the chocolate crumb on top.
What is that?
It's just the crumble.
Of what?
The burnt.
So I taste the crumb and something's really missing.
Oh my God. Got to put sugar.
Can't believe it. That is such a stupid mistake. It just flew over my head.
Can't really do much. Just going to coat this in caster sugar and hopefully that it will cover the sweetness. Yes, I've taken quite a bit of risk. You know, it's all in or nothing.
High emotion, high stakes, but it's all about getting into finals week. 5 minutes to go. Come on. Come on.
I'm really proud of myself to put up a dish like this. I think I've done more than justice to my childhood memory.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you what, it looks absolutely drop-dead gorgeous. So what's the dish?
So it's a chocolate ganache with orange jelly, tempered chocolate, honeycomb, and raspberry ice cream.
That is the best dessert, for me, we've had all season. It is absolutely beautiful. The chocolate mousse is delicious. The rosemary ice cream is just an inspired idea. The little tumble of ingredients, which includes that lovely light, crunchy honeycomb, those little pebbles, which is, was a mistake, but in fact worked out brilliantly. And the little shards of chocolate are all just on the money.
He's 21 years of age. This is phenomenal.
But what's interesting is that explosion of flavours. Most pastry chefs have a sweet tooth. That's why they make pastry. He's got a sauce chef's palate, which is taken into the pastry, which is rare. And that's what will define him apart from every other pastry chef in this country, his palate.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.